Would Tom Wilson be made available?
No, thank you. Moving on.
Would Tom Wilson be made available for Mitch Marner? Sounds like the perfect replacement for Backstrom to get Ovi to the record. Thoughts?
What?
I absolutely see Washington's incentive to make this trade.
Not a 1-for-1. Like, throw in some other pieces.
Most of your good prospects? Like, okay, so Miroshnichenko, McMichael.
You don't want a roster player?
No, those guys are roster players.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah,
But like more established players.
Rasmus
is what I should say.
Sandin.
Shut up.
Yeah, no.
So you get Tom Wilson plus, bring up the cap friendly. You get Tom Wilson plus whatever you want for Mitch Marner. I'm Brad Living. I say here is Mitch Marner. No, it should be the other way. I'm the GM of Washington.
Spencer Carberry's boss.
I'm now the GM of Washington. I say
Now you got me going, who the fuck?
yeah. Who's the GM of Washington?
That would be Brian McClellan, gentlemen.
Is it Brian McClellan? Okay, I'm Brian McClellan. I say you can have anything on my roster at all. As long as it includes Tom Wilson.
Do you know what Tom Wilson makes and for how long?
No.
6.5.
That's not too bad.
Until 2030, 2031.
Didn't he sign that in, I want to say that was part of our free agency special last year.
It probably was.
Yeah. So
That's a long.
Steve, I'm Brian McClellan. You're GM of the Chiefs. Yeah, it's a little scary.
Where'd Jesse go?
Yeah, I don't know how I got here. You can have anything on my roster that will make it a fair deal. It just has to include Tom Wilson plus whatever you want. You give me Mitch Marner back. What are you taking off of my team?
Will you retain on Tom Wilson?
Sure.
Oh,
better retain half.
Yeah, sure. What
half? They're not retaining half for
No, I just said sure. If we're getting this done deal, you're doing a Mitch Marner trade to Washington that includes Tom Wilson. Get it done.
Okay. So I get 8 years of Tom Wilson at 3.25.
Get it done.
Cool.
Okay. That's the first piece.
Oh, well, you're making this easy for me. I want McMichael, Miroshnichenko, Protas. Every first round pick.
I'm asking you for a realistic trade,
I know.
not just name all the assets.
Thank you. Like something like a 2 or 3 for 1 makes sense there. Like Wilson, yeah, Jesse's brought it up. Like Wilson he's a very good player, all-star. But that contract is gonna be a world of hurt. Here I'm leaning into Jesse's camera now. There we go. Boy, howdy, that's so much money. Oh my God, he's 30 years old.
I know. I don't know, man.
Nick Jensen's one of those guys where like, I want you, and now he's making over 4, and I'm like, oh, never mind. Because he used to be making less, and I like that.
I'd take something along the lines of Faravari.
I was thinking him too.
Faravari, Protas, and Wilson. 50% retain. I think that.
So Wilson at 3.75 or whatever this is?
Yeah.
Alexei
3.25?
Protas. Oh, I forgot this is on the screen right now.
First off,
what?
He's one of the factions in StarCraft, which I love.
The Protoss. Oh, okay. So now I'm thinking about this in terms of like bits.
His
I
life
can
for
do
hire
on LFR.
Mm-hmm.
No, here, Jesse, you get this under control here. I think I'd probably prefer. Isn't Miroshnichenko? I thought he was a defenseman. Isn't he? Am I gonna Nick Robertson this poor guy? Wait, where is he? There he is. Okay, no, never mind. I think I'd maybe prefer him to Protas.
How big is he though?
You want the forward?
Yeah. Well, Protas is like fine. You know what I mean? Like I want someone insanely good.
Here's the thing.
Sorry, they're both forward.
It's not going to work.
LaPierre, maybe.
Not going to work.
You don't think that's a good framework?
I don't think that it's not a good framework.
Protas,
But
Faravari, and Wilson at 50% retained?
A framework, fine. But, you know, it's...
I think that's really close.
And Ovechkin.
And you're getting a ton of cap space. The Leafs are getting cap space. And Ovechkin, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Here's what I would throw at you. I don't think Washington's the team.
No, obviously not.
But do we have to? Does it have to be Washington? Because I have a name.
Okay.
All Carolina keeps saying is that they want an elite forward for Marty Necas.
Come on. How do you... And Gensel. And you get
they want a mid-round pick if you want negotiating rights with Gensel. But yeah,
good luck with that.
Listen,
That
Jesse,
always
I
goes well.
don't hate it. I just have a hard time believing that Tom Wilson would be. They'd retain Tom Wilson for after that deal, first off, does he have trade protection too?
Here, you know what I kind of like?
Yeah,
modified. You know what I kind of
The
like?
Leafs would be on that.
So Mitch Marner, it's Toronto. All the rumors are running completely wild. Has anyone thrown a team out? Like, has anyone legitimate thrown a team out there?
No.
That's exciting. Like, that's kind of fun, right? The reason we're being so stupid and going, I don't know, the Caps, is there's no team.
Right.
Like, if we had heard, oh, it's going to be one of these three teams, we would be picking those rosters apart. But I feel like we're just going to go through every NHL team one by one.
Yeah. Okay.
And be wrong.
I said Vegas, Shea Theodore, but
that would be funny and borderline impossible.
Okay. Jesse, next question.
This one comes from Clayton. Clayton says he listened to every podcast. Dangle for 9+ years. Commented often, and never once has something I've said been brought up. So Clayton, this is your moment.
Oh, take it off. Take it off.
Do you think if McDavid wins the cup this year, the odds he'll sign in TO go substantially up? Since Draisaitl will be gone after next year.
You don't know that.
I don't think you know that.
You don't know that. The hose is going everywhere. You don't know that.
I think the only way to guarantee that is if things went so bad in Edmonton that they were bad.
Yeah, like,
and they've given him a chance to win a cup. Like, what else can you ask?
The whole point of McDavid, us being like, he's going to leave Edmonton, is him getting fed up with the lack of success.
Mm-hmm.
But they finally built this team, most of which is locked up, Draisaitl being the very obvious outlier. They finally built this team that's a champion.
Yeah. Well,
potentially. No. In this scenario, they're champions, right?
Mm-hmm.
What am I leaving for? I think it actually makes the odds go down.
Okay.
I think if they lose, the chances, at very least, stay what they are. They're in the cup final. Guys, I don't think we're seeing Connor McDavid in a Leaf jersey until, if it is going to happen, it's going to be like 34-year-old McDavid, and he's going to blow out his knee in the first shift like Doug Gilmour when he came back.
Oh, that was sad.
Yeah, it was so freaking sad.